So today we are actually going to talk about VBA, and we are going to make a program which can actually help you in sending out the emails and to multiple, multiple people actually. So I have, as you can see here, I have got this Outlook email, which is a Microsoft product, and this is my exactly the the Excel, which is Excel sheet, and I have written here names and their email ID. So what we actually want to do is we want to send email one by one to each of them, right? And we really don't want to involve any manual steps, so we would like to do it through VBA, right? Send the emails one by one, right, to everybody. And I'm just going to the Visual Basic environment. So I'm going to start here my this sub, let's say we'll name this emailing. And so what we are actually going to do is we are going to set up this, go to the tools and select this reference, because we are actually going to use this early binding. So click on this, ensure that you have you just click on this Microsoft Outlook 14.0 object library. It may differ as per your machine, because I'm using 2010, so it's actually showing 14.0, right? If you're using 7 or maybe 2003 Outlook or maybe 2013, this 14.0 would show something else. But anyways, that will not something which you should actually remember. Just go there and check that whatever the version you have, just click on that library, so that we should be able to access the Outlook classes, right? So I'm going to say that this variable will hold this Outlook application, and we are actually going to define this set Outlook equals to new Outlook application. Now what this set word does is, I have already explained it, but just to be in case if you haven't watched those videos, this is actually exactly going to ensure that if my Outlook is not running on, then it should actually run the executable file in the backend, right? And you can do Control Alt End and go to the task manager, and you'll see that once this code will be run, that all Outlook executable file will be running in the background, right? Now what else you want to do, since you are going to deal with the emails, so definitely I will use a class called Outlook mail item. This class actually we use when you want to email, okay, when you want to send email, or when you are dealing with emails, then you actually use this mail item class, right? So you can't directly access any class, so that's why you always use the variables, right? Now if I write here email item, and this, let me just delete this, and if I press dot sign, you'll see that I am actually getting all the properties and the methods of this Outlook mail item class. Otherwise this O mail item is nothing, right? It could be a name as well. It is just a variable, but the moment you describe this, you made this equivalent to mail item class of the Outlook, it has actually taken all the properties and the methods, and this is how you work when you actually deal with the objects. Now what else we want to do is, so we'll say that now because we want to create a email every time this code will run, a new email will be created. So we'll come here and we'll say that set, first of all we'll create the loop for I equals 2, because we want to run a loop. So I'll say that for I equals to 1 to how many email IDs you have, 1 2 3 4, right? 4, and next, so that this loop should run actually 4 times. And here you can further define this I as well. So I'm just going to keep it as a byte, right? Because I have just 4 numbers, so I don't want to create extra space on my program, right? So I will be very particular about it, and so I'll just keep this I equals to 1 to 4. And here what you need to do is now set your mail item, okay, equals to Outlook dot create item. Now here is a twist. Generally you write the mail item because you want to use a email, but here what exactly we want is, we want to create a email item, a new item, every time this loop will run. So 4 times running means that 4 items should be created, so that's why I'm just creating its index as 0, right? Now then afterwards what you can do is, with mail item, and use the end with dot 2 should be equals to your sheet, which is the index number is a 3, and that's my sheet 3. As you can see, the index number is 3, so I'm writing it like this. and it should pick the value of, let's say, let's declare a variable, and the column would be 2 because in the second column I have this email ID, right? So that's going to be my email ID, and row number has to be again declared. So I'll again declare a row number as a byte because I have just 4 rows to be used, and I really want that my program should not take unnecessary space which is not required. So when you write in one line, you don't have to declare dim again and again, right? And before we start, we should give this row number as a 2 because the first email ajay@yahoo.com, it starts with the second row number, right? So that's why I've given this, and the moment before it goes to the next loop again, I want that this should be incremented with 1 so that it should actually reach to the next line, right? So what else you can do is you can create a subject. So I'll say subject would be let's say good morning, okay? And the body text should have, now this is actually interesting, what you want to do is you want to address everybody by its name, right? So I would say that dear, and then so we'll say that whatever the value we have in your row number 2 and the column number 1 value, which is at this point in time Ajay, it should have that value, and thereafter we'll create some extra lines. So you can say VB new line, one more line, VB new line. This is actually, we use this VB new line to create extra line, right? So that after dear Ajay, I should have some spaces, some lines, extra blank lines, and then my subject goes, right? So what you can do is use the underscore in order to come to the second line, and here, and I'll say that this is the output, okay? That's fine, I guess. And now we can run this code, and let's check this. Let me press F5, right? Awesome. Just close this. I have actually displayed them. If you don't want to display them, you can even use this send option, okay? And by using the send option, it will not be displayed but will directly be sent. But remember that if you're very much sure, if you have some confusion, if you want to just take a review, then don't use this send option. Always display them, and once you see that one by one and sees that the attachments are fixed and subjects are perfect, you can actually send them, okay? And the name of the file is vba.txt. So you can add the source here, and you can see that txt vba